recently saw a video of a girl talking about the rumors that were spread about her in high school, and boy do I have a doozy for you. First off, when I ran for class president sophomore year, there were rumors that I was a communist. Now, I do not know how one would run a communist school government, but it was like the Red Scare. There was also a whole string of people in the senior group chat who wanted to overthrow the class government, so you know what? That's another story for another time. However, I did win the election, and on graduation day, when I had my class president sash, my friends told me, "Congrats, comrade." Another favorite of mine is the rumor that I cheated on my ex-boyfriend from high school. My school had an epic—
I got a text from him saying to come over. So I went over there, we did the dirty, and then I started to go over there almost every other night at 2 in the morning. And there was this one girl that I got really close with. And I told her all about the situation, but I didn't tell her till like 3 months after it was happening because he told me not to tell anybody, of course. And she goes, "You know he has a girlfriend, right?" So I felt really bad and confronted him, like for part 2. Part 2 of me being the side chick. So that night he had asked me to come over again. And I went over there, but it's not what you think.
Fresh fairy blood.
Yeah, I do smell it. I think it's cool, but I need more lives. What does that sign say? Call for more lives? Hello?
Hello.
How did you get there?
Do you really want more lives?
Yes, of course I do.
Then you'll have to make a sacrifice.
Where did he go? Whoa, I have infinity lives. Look, I got infinity lives.
Oh no.
I just think that it's really funny how females just think that their men are so loyal, even when you literally expose their man with every piece of evidence. Well, the girl who sent this in has a special message for all of us. I promise you that men ain't shit. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Story time about why you should never, ever, ever do drugs. So a little background information. In my town, on the 15th of June this year, 2 girls got kidnapped in my hometown. So I kind of knew these 2 girls. I mean, they went to my school, but that was really it. Because Luke ex. So Tyler and I started dating again. Story time about how my mom got with my sister's boyfriend. So a little background information. I was 13 and in 8th grade. And my sister was a senior in high school and she was 17. And my sister always had a new boyfriend. Like after 3 months of dating somebody, they would break up and then she would be with a new guy a month later. And this started whenever she was a sophomore. So yeah, she had a lot of boyfriends. Anyway, so she had started dating this boy, and we're gonna call him Ben. Well, lucky for Ben,
26 to 27-ish. Remember I told you she likes older guys. So I'm like, I'm trying to text this girl. Text her. Nothing's coming through. Her WhatsApp messages aren't going through. Right now, she has not got a clue that I'm on this phone call. So I don't know what to do. She's on the phone to me saying, "Oh my God, I feel disgusting. I feel sick. I feel this." And I'm thinking, oh my God, based off this guy has no clue. He had no idea. So now I'm sitting there thinking, Malika, you cannot facilitate this lie. You can't.
not the contour. But anywho, so my friend starts talking like she's 18. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry this happened. Like, they're so stupid. They won't do it again." And then we ordered them an Uber and they came to our house. And they walked in my door like around 5 a.m. because I just left like one of these doors unlocked so they could walk up to my room. But yeah, so like everything's fine now. Those people are like locked up still. But like in terms of my friends, they're fine. But anyway, I'm gonna go get my nails done. They've been like needed to be redone for so long. And then tonight we're probably gonna do the same thing. Like with those same friends, drive around or whatever.
You know, allowed to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I ran back to where we usually sit. And then the next day when we came back to sit in the same spot, the elevator was locked. And we never went in there again. So maybe the older girls did tell on us. But apart from it being like a near-death experience, kind of traumatic thing for me, it was actually really, really fun. Like that elevator, I've got some great memories from there. Would not recommend you doing it though.
Get ready with me as I tell you all about my toxic—
with bubble gum, so I had to chew it.
Taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck.
Fast forward, Autumn said that she really liked me, so her parents wanted me to come over and babysit again. So I did, and whenever I was setting up the shower that day, there was a stack of towels sitting on the toilet, and when I picked it up to move it, a camera fell out of the pile of towels as soon as I picked it up, and it was recording. I was really weirded out, but I wanted to show it to my mom, so Part 3 about why I will never, ever, ever babysit ever again. So like I said, I picked up the stack of towels and a camera that was recording fell out of it. And while I was home later that night, I was with—
I'm not one to judge, you know, you can do whatever you want, but just be careful in it. Because I'm obviously asking questions about him, like, oh, where's he from? Where did you meet him? How can she tell me she met him at a house party? So I'm like, in my head at the time, I'm thinking, that's a bit dodgy because you're not even allowed out. How did you meet him at a house party? And also, the area that we grew up in, I don't want to sound like Mr. Busy Prime Minister, but like I knew of everyone. So I would
Invited showed up, and I guess that my address got leaked because a bunch of random people started showing up at my house. And it's not like I didn't have neighbors. No, I lived in a very tight cul-de-sac. So people were parking in front of my neighbors' driveways, in my neighbors' driveways. So I called my parents, and eventually I had to have my neighbors call the cops on my house party. My own party. Like for part 2. Part 2 about how somebody stole my $12,000 dog at my house party. So like I said, I had to call.
It's like, that's a little weird. But still at this point, I'm thinking like, oh, must all be coincidence, haha, funny. So then I decided to go to her Instagram. So I go to her Instagram, and I immediately notice her username for her Instagram is her name, her first name, X, and then her last name, which is my username for everything. But again, kind of a common username, you know, I'm not gonna point blame me like, oh, she's copying me. But then I look on her Instagram and my jaw drops because we have the exact same bio, which normally would be like, brush offable. But the last line of my Instagram bio is like,
telling me like the truth, and like now things are making sense on your end. This, like, I was even confused why she was even friends with you, because the way she used to talk about you, I said, let me get my Stanley cup and be seated. I had to sit down in the back of the warehouse, child. I sat down in that warehouse and I said, talking about me. What was she saying about me then? And he was like, so wait, just tell me a bit about yourself.
House, because she didn't live too far away, and I thought, okay, well, maybe she's seen him run around her neighborhood, whatever. And he was like super off about it at first. But he was like, fine, whatever, go to your aunt's house. So I get to her house and I walk in and I hear dogs barking. One dog, because she didn't have any fucking dogs. And I walk over to the backyard, and what do you know, my puppy is sitting in her fucking backyard. So I brought my dog home and told my dad. And he got really mad. It turns out he didn't even want the dog in the first place, so he gave her to my aunt. He apologized, begging to hang out with us. Now, of course, you would have thought that I learned from the first time, but I did not. I just completely ignored the signs that God gave me that she was a bad person. Okay, I guess not a bad person, she just didn't give a fuck about my feelings. Well, the one weekend his parents went away and they needed him to house sit, so he invited me over to house sit with him, and then guess who tags along? My sister. I mean, I guess I could have told her that she couldn't come, but at the same time, I was trying to be a forgiving person, okay? And I thought that she wouldn't do this shit to me again.
At this point, I actually just started questioning my boyfriend to his face. And he was just like, I would never do anything like that. Like, you've known me for 3 years now. Like, don't you trust me? And I was just like, yeah, I do. Like, I was just, wondering. I just had suspicions. Like, I didn't mean to. So that kind of led to like a little break off for about a week. We kind of just like didn't really speak to each other. So in that week, I decided, you know what, I'll just have some me time. I'll go hang out with friends.
Make that pistol pop.
Point. So I was like, okay, well, the only thing I can really do right now is get people to report this account and hope Instagram will take it down. So I did, but unfortunately Instagram never took down the account, despite like a bunch of people, reporting it, and me reporting it, emailing Instagram. Nothing happened. The account stayed up. And throughout the years, this account grew, and it's over 1,000 followers now. And of course, throughout the years, again, I got so many messages regarding this account, her trying to make problems and whatever. But early on last year, I got a message.
She didn't like my shoes. So my ex-best friend decided to like and retweet the tweet. I'm like, girl, if you call yourself my friend, why are you liking tweets that are literally slandering me? And you will not believe what she said. I just liked it because I really thought those shoes were ugly. Girl, you're telling me you're willing to publicly humiliate me. People know that you're my friend. You're gonna join in on like the fucking hate train? Be fucking for real.
Have a date. I'm gonna call the girl Debbie. Debbie didn't have a date either. So Debbie asks me to homecoming, and I say yes because we're like best friends. Like we're a bunch of little fucking 15, 16-year-old girls. Like, let's go to homecoming together. Who cares? One of my guy friends had asked me out, and I said yes. Not to homecoming, literally just asked me on a date, and I said yes. So the next few days that followed, Debbie was being super weird, super off-putting to me. So I'm asking her what's wrong. She's like, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong. I'm like, obviously something's wrong. You've been super weird.
She was going to try out her sophomore year. She played it off as if she just wanted to try it out, but then I got announced captain, and she was pissed off when she heard that. She literally blocked me on everything. And she came from a super wealthy family, so she was used to getting whatever she wanted. And my whole friend group would literally tell me, you need to stop being friends with her. She's toxic. She's this, she's that. The only thing that stopped me from being friends with her was the blackmail. Like for part 2 about how I got my toxic ex-best friend jumped. So like I said,
And then she ran out of the room crying. Obviously, I fucking followed her. I mean, like, what the fuck is she doing? Running out the room crying. But it turns out she was crying happy tears. She said that now that I'm pregnant, she's finally got an actual reason to leave me. She started screaming around the house like, yay, I can finally leave you. And I was so fucking confused. So I just went to her like, what the hell do you mean you can finally leave me? Like, what are you going on about? And that's when she told me she'd wanted to leave me for ages.
Respectful as possible. And I was heartbroken. I was devastated because my best friend of almost 3 years is sitting on social media bashing me for fame and making a whole bunch of lies about me just for fame. So when I texted her, she responded hours later, ignoring the whole paragraph and saying, yeah, we can talk later. We never talked later. And it's been weeks. And after I did send her that paragraph, I did notice she made another video about me. I was just so lost. I was confused.
So when I went in there, I saw them doing the nasty. I asked her how long this had been going on, and she said it was since the first time that they met. And now I'm ignoring my sister until she goes to college. Storytime about my extremely creepy neighbors. So a little background information, I was 12 years old and I was in 6th grade. And my family and I lived in a really small town where everyone knew everyone. But our new neighbors had been building their house next to us for the past 4 years. And finally when they were done with the house, this house was huge. I mean, probably because there were like 8 people moving into the house.
Practicing waking up before the timer ends. The government's encouraging people to sing more lullabies to decrease population.
Okay, I'll do it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Wake up! Wake up!
Your outfit looks so cute!
Thank you. I spent so long putting this outfit together this morning.
It's time to play dress up! Guess we have to go play dress up.
Daddy?
Unfortunately.
I don't want to change out of my outfit.
Grab my like wrist as hard as they possibly could, and I'm shocked by this, so I yank my head back and my AirPod starts to fall out, so I grab it and I hear him saying, come on, just give me your number. And I'm like, no, like I told you, I don't want to. I have a boyfriend. He was like, he don't gotta know, this could be our secret. Now, mind you, when I said I had a boyfriend, I absolutely did have a boyfriend. But I was thinking, this is going to make him let me go. If anything, he gripped me tighter. Mind you, his friends are still all around just looking at him do this. And I'm like,
in her bedroom. So I ended up telling my best friend about it, and she said that she would come and get me early the next day from work, so that way we could possibly see what was happening while I wasn't there. So fast forward the next day, Kayla come and gets me early from work. She pulls around the corner and we walk to my house because they would have seen her car if we parked on the street. I quietly unlock the door. My best friend and I go upstairs. We hear my mom screaming in pain, and the bedroom door was wide open. He was hitting my mother. So I kind of whispered to my best friend to take a video.
Where the fuck did I put it? Did I put my clothes somewhere? Start frantically checking everywhere. I go back to the car. I check the car. I check the floor of my closet, which literally has no clothes on the floor. I check everywhere that I could possibly think of. And she is sitting on my bed on her phone, not even looking at me. So after like 20 minutes of me frantically looking for my stuff, I go, hey, like, do you think you could help me for like a couple seconds to like see... Maybe I missed a spot, like, I don't know where else to look, but like...
That he wanted me to do. So a week later, I told her boyfriend, but I told her boyfriend not to tell her because of my plan. And that whole week, my boyfriend was apologizing to me, saying he was so sorry and that he wants me back, blah, 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 blah. And my best friend thought that her boyfriend was loyal as fuck. Not anymore. So I told him about my plan, which was to do everything that my boyfriend begged me to do during our whole relationship with him. And for him, it would just be enough to send it to her because she thought he was loyal. Like for part 3. Part 3 about how I got my ex-boyfriend back for cheating on me. So like I said, I told her...
And then I said to my sister, like, what are you doing? Get off him. That's my boyfriend, you're touching, what the fuck? He was started saying, like, oh, it's Chanel, it's fine, like, I don't care if she's on me. I was like, it's not about you, it's about me. Anyway, so me and my sister got in this massive fight, and she was just like, oh, you're being so petty. Just started having a go at me when I wasn't in the wrong, she was. He walked off, no clue where she went. My boyfriend was about to go after. I said, where do you think you're going?
In literally like 0.3 seconds, like I'm actually like what am I supposed to do? So like
on the way to tryouts, like, I'm already crying in the car. And she's, like, comforting me, and she's, like, saying, like, I think he'll hold on a couple more hours for you. Like, don't worry about it. Go in there, try out, and afterwards, I'll, like, as soon as you're done, I'm going to pick you up, and I'm going to take you over to their house. At this point in the story, I'm already in the gym, ready for tryouts, and I'm number 3, so I'm about to go.
Hopefully this was entertaining, and let me know if you want more about this stuff. Peace out. Love you. Bye.
Get ready with me while I tell you about an Instagram account that's been catfishing as me for 3 years. Honestly, the story is a little bit hard for me to talk about because there is a part of the story that I have been keeping a secret. This is honestly a really difficult story for me to talk about because there is a part of this that's very private, and I've been keeping very private since I found out about it, but I'm gonna get into that today. I feel like it's a really important thing to talk
Princess, but honestly, I like him, but I thought that was moving too fast. So I went okay and walked away. What the heck was I doing? Anyways, the day after we had school, and I made a few new friends who were actually nice. And I was also speaking to Strawberry as well in school again. In math, this teacher, she asked a really hard question. Like, I'm telling you, half the class were struggling, and when the teacher picked on me, I didn't know. And Strawberry had a
I just flipped the switch.
Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, okay, you're gonna have to take this up with Miss Gracie, that's what we'll call her. She's the school counselor. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, like, where is she? And she's like, I'll call her. By the way, I'm using the new Too Faced contour stick. This shit is so creamy. And it smells like motherfucking chocolate. The fuck? So sooner or later, she calls Miss whatever we said her name was, and she comes to the classroom.
So, what about you? Oh my god, this is what she said about me. Oh my god, we were literally on the phone for ages, basically just spilling the tea. And then I was like, oh shit, like, I've actually got to go do my job, but I'm going to deal with her later. I texted saying, so you lied about your whole entire life, question mark. Then all of a sudden, the blue ticks, the 2 ticks went to 1. I was like, not her switching off her phone, but it's all right, because I'm going to see her, because remember, we're going away together. Then I finished work, I call all my friends telling them the madness.
Inside Route 21. Now that night, Debbie and I had plans to go to some like haunted hayride thing. I go back home, I put all my stuff that I got at Route 21 away. So she comes over, she's in my room. While she's in my room, I go downstairs to go pee. I come back up and I get ready to get dressed. I'm gonna wear the clothes that I just bought at fucking Route 21. I was gone for 5 minutes. I shit you not. I come upstairs, open up my closet to go in and grab the stuff I'm
friends with, and you need to do your CRBs. Let's bring back CRBs. I still can't believe to this day it even happened. That's how unreal it is. Guys, that's my story. If you've got any questions about the situation, comment, and then let me spill some more tea in the comments. Also, if you want me to do more story times, let me know, because I'm sometimes tired of doing hair and makeup stuff. Let me spill the gist of my life, because it's not real. It's not real. But yeah, guys, peace and love. I'm going to finish my hair and step out. Bye.
Get ready with me while I tell y'all why patience is key, like, for real. So I just graduated high school in May 2023, of course, and I started dating my boyfriend in March. And my boyfriend, when I started dating him, we were best friends before, so I already knew like almost everything about him. But one thing about my boyfriend, he has a reputation with females, and because of that reputation, I got a little female hate group now.
Why I'm getting ready, but I just felt like I needed to tell my story. I can't see my boyfriend for 2 weeks because he's at camp, and that's not helping my stress levels. Which, like, love you, go have fun, but also come back, I miss you. My eyelashes are still too wet to curl, so I'm doing my hair stuff while I wait for them to dry. This stuff has honestly helped my hair so much, because without it, my hair is so dry and frizzy and gross. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to—
You're gonna stay here with me, like, blah blah blah. I was like, dude, like, no, I'm leaving. And then I started running out of his condo. I'm like, I'm leaving, like, this is scary. Like, he literally starts fucking running after me. Like, he starts running after me, and I'm like, unfortunately, I have no time left, so let me know if you guys want a part 2. Guys, this is going to be the part 2 of the video I made.
I had a crush on the girl, and the first time I found out she liked me back, I was on my way to theater class, and like the class that nobody likes me in, and I'm the weird kid in. And I was so happy and stuff, and of course I was in my feels because I just found out this girl liked me back. So I'm in class and I'm about to listen to my music to get into my feels, and on full blast in front of the whole class in silence. My headphones weren't plugged in, so all everyone heard was, "I thought that I was dreaming when you said you loved me." Literally minus 5,000 plus aura, like, I have not recovered from that one. Next, I was in a stall with like 4 girls, and I was trying to impress these girls so bad. So there was like a towel missing in the